That's on administration.
Yeah.
Would it
Now,
be nice to move up?
now, would
Yeah,
you like? Would is you is put you like this? Is UTSA ready to move up to another level, or is AAC good for right now?
I think with there could be. I mean, it's still so young. It'd be hard where
No.
you would put him. You're going to put him in the Big 12.
Got a
I
good
mean,
recruiting grounds there, man. Good
yeah,
recruiting grounds.
we recruit well already. It just depends on what the revenue sharing is going to be, what the TV revenue is going to be, what is the endowment going to look for like from the school, what type of NIL money will you have. That's just what's going to make it to compete whatever conference you're in or not. Like as you see, Boise State got some really good players that they've recruited for a while, built it up to a good team. So yeah, it'd be okay either way. It'd be nice just so you can try to make playoffs, but what else pro is there to it?
Yeah.
Well, do you?
I mean, yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right.
Hey, I was gonna say something like that and everything, man. But I mean, everybody wants to go to that big dance, so that's why
Yeah,
I was asking.
yeah.
Uh, do you think still being in the AAC and having a great year that you guys would be able to get into big dance?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, we had three of our teams in the running this year. I mean, you had Tulane. Sorry, you had Tulane. If they didn't mess up a game or two, they had a chance to get in there. Memphis, if they didn't fall to us, and then another team later on, they would have had a chance to get in there. Army, I know they got dog stomped by Notre Dame for their first loss, but they were going into the end of the season with one or two losses. And so there's always the idea of a team from the AAC just because the teams I mentioned, UTSA, South Florida, North Texas is always going to have one of the best offenses in the country. And so, yeah, the American teams are pretty nice. I think we had the first or second best bowl record out of all the conferences was the American.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're pretty decent.
Okay.
I mean, yeah. And that was a huge win over Memphis for you guys, man. I watched
Yeah.
that game.
Yeah.
Damn
First one over top 25 team in program
Yeah.
history.
Big salute on that one.
Great game. Great game.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Great.
Hey guys, with it being four of us in here, whenever one wants to, because we got a lot of echoing, whenever one wants to go on, we'll mute the other one so that person can talk. Because I don't, it might be mine, it might be somebody else's and everything, but I want to make sure that everybody hears everybody clear. All right.
Will do.
All right. Jason, anything else you want to ask? Because I know you kind of late to the party and you more
Yeah,
of the
legit. So
journalist.
you're the assistant DB coach, you said. That's right?
Yes, sir. Really assistant corners, but
Okay.
I feel like I can do either.
Where'd you play at?
Central Oklahoma, a Division II out in Edmond in the MIAA conference.
Okay.
I was out there from 2015 to 2018.
Right on. Right on. So now, and then where all have you been coaching at? I heard you saying something about JUCO and some of the other places, but it feels like JUCO is about to take back off again, man.
Yeah, JUCO is always going to be a hot spot. You got young kids that need to develop, and sometimes you got older kids who just needed a second chance. So it's always going to be a hot spot. My coaching career, I did after 18. I graduated in 18. I went to Broken Arrow High School as a corners coach and assistant special teams coordinator. 2019 and 2020. 21, I was at Catoosa for a year. They hadn't won a game in 3 years, and I think our only year there, we took them to the playoffs. So that was kind of crazy. I had a safety. He didn't play the year before. First year playing football, he had 9, 10 interceptions.
Dang.
He went crazy. He went crazy. All state and everything. Yeah, I love the ball. And then after I did Catoosa in 21, I came out to UTSA during the summer as a volunteer, went to UIW as a grad assistant, and then the last 2 years I've been at UTSA as an analyst / assistant corners coach.
Awesome, man. That's awesome. How you enjoying it, man? How you enjoying it?
I love it. I work for the guy that I played for. Jeff Traylor's amazing. My defensive coordinator, he's from Oklahoma, so that's a good little tie. And so they treat me really, really well. They really do.
Very cool, man. Very cool. I look forward to watching your career blossom, man. It's going to be good stuff for you, man. Congratulations.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, I told him he's gonna have to carry the torch. I'm done. I'm done.
Coach,
I
you
I
mean,
don't know.
be done. You just decided to be done.
I'm done, man. Hey, like I said, when just hearing him talk, man, I get excited because I know what he's went through and what he's going through, and it's just exciting, man. Because I was like, that reminds me of myself when I first started, how hungry I was, willing to do whatever it took, going and being I was the footage guy. I got to get the footage ready for all the
Yeah,
coaches
yeah.
and everything in every room, and then it went from
Video
there.
coordinator.
Well, they didn't call it video coordinator back then. They had the roller. They had the film roll back in the day. They didn't have the
Oh man.
VCR. They had the old stuff.
Now you're
And
dating yourself.
hey, man, look, hey, I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm old,
Hey, man.
but I'm just happy for him, man, because he's come a long way, man. And like I said, when he gets ready to tell his story, man, it's gonna be a damn good story whenever he
Oh,
tells
man.
his side of the story, man.
I think it's awesome too. And I think that right now you're seeing such an evolution of college football. I think you're gonna have a lot of opportunities as a coach. You know, whenever you to get an opportunity, I think this early to get to coach with Coach Traylor and in that group of guys that they've been so successful, you know, to be able to like, I mean, right away, as soon as he got there, you know, he just started winning football games. This is what he does. But I feel like you're probably going to get some opportunities. And I think with the way that I was saying JUCO, you know, they made that to where it doesn't really count against your FBS ability,
Yeah,
playing in the FBS or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, it's not going to count against you anymore. So, you know, it feels like you're going to start seeing a revival of JUCO football. It feels
Yeah.
like to me.
a lot of coaches are gonna start going the JUCO route because they know they can get an experienced person.
Yeah, I think that the high school kids are probably going to be more of the higher ranked 4 or 5 star guys that, you know, they're going to always get opportunities, but feels like a lot of times you might want to send some of those. It's kind of the prep school route. You know what I mean? Get them ready, get them in a weight room in the college weight program and nutrition, and then you still got the 4 years with them whenever they're ready. It feels like it's a good situation for players more than anything.
Yeah, no doubt. I agree. It's just gonna hurt sometimes those high school kids, but it might help the D2s because JUCOs might get full. They got to trickle down to D2. I just tell kids go get some experience because of the transfer portal. Go play somewhere and do what you got to do from there.
Yeah, man.
Film's more important than anything.
Yeah, and I agree with you, but I think it's already been hurting high school kids, right? I mean, I know a guy that's from there in San Antonio, and he played a couple years ago. He was playing at let's see, it was man, I forget the name of the damn school now. But the guy had like 20 touchdowns. It was Class 6. He was Warren, San Antonio Warren. He played at Warren, and he had like 1,300 yards, 20 touchdowns. He had like a 20 catch game playing 6A ball, and I mean, he couldn't really get a sniff. You know, it was tough for him, and I know you know how that is going through the recruiting process. I mean, it's tough, man. Some of these guys slip through the cracks. I think it allows you to get more of an opportunity to you know, extend your career a little bit.
And I also think it's position specific too. Sometimes at linebacker, you want to be able to develop a kid, you know, throughout years. At corner, well, do I want to go get a high school kid and develop him, or do I want to go to get a transfer kid that got 2 years and I know he can play right away? Yeah. It's just hard. D-line, it's a little bit of mix of both. Safeties, a little bit of mix of both. But, you know, for corners, it's really hard for me to look at a high school kid and be like, ooh, I want him right there. Because if I want him, guess what? Them P4s do too. And so I'm just, you know, try to hit the portal of JUCO kids.
Yeah.
Now, do you guys think that by the JUCO revamping himself and not being the way it is or what it's going to be doing for if they move up, I think a lot of kids are going to start going to the JUCO route now and getting experience and getting situated into college, getting that year or two, and then in the portal and go to the Power 5 and everything, and then have another 4 years.
Count against you anymore, coach. You don't lose your eligibility time like you used to by going to the JUCO route. So if you go for a year and play JUCO football, that's what the whole Diego Pavia deal was he had that lawsuit against him, against the NCAA, and the NCAA really didn't want to win that lawsuit. They didn't put up much of a fight. It allows them to be able to do that, and now you can go play for a year or two, and you didn't lose any time there. So it's basically the prep school route now. I think you're going to see an explosion of JUCO football now, and not just guys that couldn't be, they weren't able. Maybe they got in some trouble or something, or maybe they, something was going on where their grades weren't just right. They didn't have high enough test scores. I don't think it's going to be just about that anymore. I think you're going to start getting guys that are maybe a little better, maybe 3-star guys even that end up in that situation where it just didn't quite get to that point where they had a spot, because I think there's less spots at Power 4 schools now. I think there are.
I agree with that. My bad, Willie. Hey, Garrett. Yeah, I left after 20, so it probably makes sense why y'all getting dog walked.
I like that. I like that.
Oh, I like
it. Hey, drop the mic.
I wanted to stay.
Oh, that's hilarious, man.
Hey, T Boomer wants to know, how long has UTSA been in D1 college?
10 years, 10, 12, 15 years, something like that?
Yeah, something like that. Probably 12-ish. I know they did FCS for a little bit. And then we were Conference USA for maybe 4 years. And then this is our second year in the American.
No.
Yeah, Larry Coker was their first coach.
Yep.
I just about to say that. Yep.
I remember that. So what's next, man? So somebody said in the hold on, first of all, man, Neilio, man, with a great super chat for you, man. I want to make sure that
appreciate that.
Appreciate you, Neilio.
Want to make sure that he gets that love and everything. Hey, fellas, good to see you guys. Appreciate that.
It's our boy from KC Mo, the K-State guy.
Yep. And then Duke said that UTSA plays Texas A&M first game of next season. Y'all ready for that one?
Yeah.
That'll be fun.
You didn't say it like hell yeah. You just said yeah.
Hey, spot the ball. That's all I care about. Spot the ball.
Yeah. Hey,
that's all you gotta do, man.
They were on Texas's neck a couple of years ago in that opener.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead and say it. Go ahead and tell him. Go ahead and say it, Malik. Go ahead and say it.
Nah.
He talked about that game. That game pisses him off about that game.
We good.
Okay, I won't talk about it. All right. So I know that you're busy, man. Like I said, so I don't want to keep you long, man. But I just want to reiterate, man, that I'm very proud of you, man. How everything has come for you, man. And I know that you worked real hard for it. The steps you've taken. Is there anything else, man, that you would like to do going forward to help yourself get to that next step? Because I know what the next step is for you.
Yeah, honestly, just get more involved with schemes. So they have me as like I'm the playbook guy. So I have to draw every single diagram. I have to know exactly what the defensive coordinator is wanting. Extremely challenging, but I know that's a challenge for a reason. And so I just have to embrace it and not sit there and think about it as, some sort of thing that I have to do. It's something I get to do. And so just really embracing all those challenges that are going to come along with it. And, just put my best foot forward, see what happens.
That's what's up. Bishop, you had a question?
Nah, I'm just, man, I'm in awe. I see why he was raving about you when he saw you at the clinic.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Like I said, I'm gonna give him his love, man. Like I said, I've seen a lot of young coaches in my lifetime, man. I've talked to a few of them, and a lot of them haven't. I was in awe. I was like, okay, he has a few more years, but then he'll get it. Malik already has it, and I don't know if this comes from just how many coaches do we got in our family, man?
A lot.
A lot. What, 20, 30, 40 of them, man. I mean, and just everything. It's numerous basketball coaches, numerous football coaches. Josh is at Spyro.
Gym rats, man. Y'all a bunch of gym rats. That's what it is.
Look, we didn't have anything, man, but the gym,
Yep.
a big old open field, and that's it. That's it. We were never in the house. We were always.
We weren't allowed to be in the house.
Yeah, that too. My mom would lock the screen door and tell y'all go outside and play.
Outside, boy.
But,
drink out the hose.
But it's just, man, when we have our family reunion, man, it's like a bowl of Skittles, man. You got everything.
Yeah.
You have every nationality in that family. We got Priest Holmes, man. We got Tyler Perry and everything, man. We got NBA players, NFL players and everything, man, in our families. And there are guys, man, that could have made it that didn't make it. Uriah Schultz, a lot of Schultz could have made it. So, we talk about Henry Burst. He's in the Hall of Fame and everything, man, for the Canadian League and everything.
Yeah,
He's from down the road. I mean, we used to go to play basketball and football every day. So when you got these type of guys growing up in our neighborhood, that rubs off on you, man, to where you get kids like Josh. I shouldn't say kids. You get young men like Malik. You get young guys like Josh, who's at Sproul right now as a defensive coordinator. So I just want to say, man, I'm giving you your flowers, man. I really appreciate, man, the steps that you've made to get to where you are right now, man. So I really love you, man. I appreciate everything that you're doing right now, man.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I love you too, man.
Yeah, man. That's family.
All right.
That's family. But hey,
there you go.
One more question for you, man. Like I said, I know you got to go. I know you said that you had some things you got to take care of. What is it going to take for UTSA to be successful? No, I don't want to say that because that's a loaded question. What does Malik? Yeah. I don't want to answer. I don't want to answer that and everything. What does Malik do? What is one way that Malik coaches his players? Is it more of an aggressive play calling, or is it more of a laid back and lax?
A mix of both. It depends on what player I got to coach. But
good.
For the most part, I try to build a great relationship with all of them. So I let a lot of other people do the rah. I kind of pull them to the side and give them my spiel in their ear. But it's not out loud because I ain't trying to make, once the kids kind of feel that confrontation, that's when they want to buck back. So I'm more of like, hey, let's get level headed. I'm gonna tell you how I feel about it, and then we can go from there. So I'm really trying to be calm, cool, collective. Because if I lose my temper, then I can't get mad at them for losing their temper. And so just
that's a smart way
to
approach.
Treat them all the same, all the different anyways. It always seems like that's some kids can handle being in their face, some can't.
Yeah, no doubt. I was that kid.
Kids,
I was that kid. You couldn't be in my face. I'd spaz. And so
my daughter, I could get all over her when playing soccer and stuff like that. I could wear her out, and she didn't care. It'd just make her better. My son, you couldn't look at him weird. You know what I mean? He would just fall apart. So this is kind of how it is sometimes. But I mean, I just think they're all a little different, and it's good like that. It helps you as a coach to be able to kind of blend, no matter how you change your style a little bit. Sometimes I think,
no doubt.
Well, how hard is coaching? Is it hard for you, or is it easy?
As hard as you make it. It depends on what you want. You want it for the logo, or you want it because why you got in it. If you get in it for the right reasons and you trust it and you believe it, those hard moments won't feel as hard. But if you're in it because of the superficial stuff, oh yeah, it's really hard. It's hard to wake up early. It's hard to hold yourself accountable and hold players accountable. It's hard to be on time. It's hard to get my work done. But
especially when you're at the bottom of the totem pole doing all the work.
It's not being remembered while I'm at UTSA. It's not like, oh, Malik Walker is doing all this. It's not. I know my role, and I'm trying to thrive in my role. And so, yeah, I understand the position I'm in. And so I just put my best foot forward, like I said earlier.
Hey, you got two questions for you. Neilio got a question. Neilio says, didn't Broken Arrow have that Gavin Porter kid at linebacker back in the day?
Yeah, so they had Gavin Potter and Zeno and Zach Marcaselli. Great linebackers. Gavin went to was Gavin the one that went to Kansas, and then he ended up going back to Tulsa this past year. And so I played against him at
He said, "Yep." He said,
coached
"Yep."
against him at Tulsa. Yep.
KU.
Yep.
Neilio would know. He's.
That's what I thought.
And then another one says, Malik, what would you think about this? Malik, what do you think about this crazy Wild Wild West portal?
It's exactly that, the Wild Wild West.
Right.
You got kids hopping in just for money. You got kids hopping in because they didn't get as much playing time as they did. But I mean,
now, is that like you said earlier? You said you really don't get mad at a kid if it's for the family and that he got to go take a bag to take care of his family, which we all understand that.
mm-hmm.
Like I said, we all know what hot dogs and ramen noodles and everything is, but if your mom and got 8 or 9 kids back at home and she's in the family struggling, it's kind of hard for you to say no to $5 or $6 million and everything to go somewhere, even though there's somewhere that you might not want to go. Is that what it's really coming to right now?
Certain places. For us, it's not necessarily the case. We haven't lost a ton of kids that we don't want to lose. I mean, the kids that we have lost, we've had the back-to-back defensive players of the years. One ended up going to Texas, Trey Moore. We had Jamory Robinson this year. He's going to probably go to a Big 12 or a Big 10 team. Last year, we had a corner, really good, first-team all-conference kid, ends up going to Oregon. Again, all those scenarios are different. All those kids left for different reasons. And so it's just, it's the give and take with it.
Jason, got anything? Because there's more questions for him. I just wanted to see what you guys got to say.
Yeah, actually, I think I noticed in there where he said, unless we kind of want them to go. I think that the portal is also, I think a lot of times kids get I want to say sometimes that the kids get a bad rap for getting in the portal when sometimes they're asked to go, because it could be for a number of reasons. It could be because they're probably better off at another place. Maybe they're not getting playing time and they're not gonna. So you understand it, but I think a lot of times the schools aren't exactly putting that out there that, hey, yeah, we wanted him to go get in the portal, whatever. Not all the time anyway. A lot of coaches don't say it at all. But what do you think about that? Do you feel like that happens quite a bit, more than people realize?
For sure. I mean, if you don't have the depth that you want to have, you're not going to compete for anything. Right. And so most of these schools are trying to be 3 deep. So if you're not even competing to crack the rotation and you're the third guy up, a lot of these schools are like, hey, you got to go. We're going to go pay this all-conference corner from a G5 team, and we're going to pay him $100K, and he's going to come in and probably compete for it.
Right.
And so it's just different.
You got to get rid of that scar, especially now with the roster.
And especially with the roster changing, some guys got to go. It hurts, but I got to go.
Production-based business, man. You got to produce.
Absolutely.
Thunder OU Sooner says, how do you get your players motivated?
A lot of it's just intrinsic motivation, just reminding them what they're doing this for, why you choose to play football, just constantly reinforcing that. As a coach, it's your job to push them to the limits, so you have to find what it is that motivates that certain player. But most of the time it's all built into what they want to do, and you're just kind of pulling from them. Coach Graham, he says this quote all the time, and I absolutely love it. I'm going to steal it, and I'm going to start saying that I came up with it. But he says, once you tell me your goals, they're now my goals, and it's my job to get you to those goals. And so everything that you want, I want now. And so I'm going to work like it's my goal. and work like it's my goal, guess what's about to happen? I got to achieve it by any means necessary. And so just finding that sort of motivation for them, it's different for those kids.
All right. I'm trying to get to more of these questions, man, because I know
that's a good question that the T-Boomer just asked too.
Okay. Okay, hold on. Oh, where's it? Right here.
Yeah. Chaos indeed.
Malik, what's your thoughts on Jonathan Cook? Chaos.
Chaos.
Right? Yeah. Apparently.
Hey,
Yeah.
I can't say what I'm gonna say, but I hope he finds the right fit for him, and a team that lets him thrive. I really do.
Yeah, I do too. I think it's a waste of talent, man, for him to keep on getting in trouble with this stuff. It sounded like it was the same thing going on at Texas, that he just stayed in Sark's doghouse. So I don't
Yeah,
know.
it's tough. It's tough.
I sure hope he finds wherever he ends up a mentor, someone who can pour into him and help him, guide his understanding so it can grow.
Yeah, that was a great question right there. Well, man, anybody got some more? I think because I'm about to let him go. If anybody don't have another question for him, man, I know he got some things that he has to do for
I just want to
tomorrow.
tell him good luck, man, and congratulations
Same
on
here.
where you got going right now. You're impressive, man. You're saying all the right things. It looks like you're putting in the work, man. It's to be at this level already, and for
I know.
with the coaching staff like you're with right now, that means that you're doing your job and they're impressed with what you're doing too. So good luck to you, man. We'll be rooting for you all the way.
Yeah. Big salute.
Come join us again, man. We'd love to talk ball with you.
Thank you. I appreciate that, man. Willie, you guys shoot me and text anytime and see if I can get on.
Hey, I'm looking for some UTSA tickets.
Right?
Go to the ball game.
Come out here.
hey, give me.
Come on, man.
Also, I'll be expecting my UTSA gear. I mean, whatever you want to send me, I'll rock it.
Here you go.
You know me. I'm gonna always support you, man. Whatever you. Hey,
This is what family does, right there, Malik. This is what family does.
Hey, I did have one question. What about Giovanni? What do you think about Giovanni going to the Sooners?
Well, see, Giovanni's on the other side of the family. So see,
I'm sorry.
everything. He's on the other side of the family and everything. Giovanni and everything's on dad's side and everything. He's that UAPB. Giovanni and everything is. Do you remember Cosetta, my grandmother?
Yes.
On my dad's side. Well, Uncle Lee and everything had a son and everything, and that's Jim Giovanni. He had a son and everything. So Giovanni was at UAPB.
Uh-huh.
And he transferred and everything down. 6 foot 2, 6'3", 215 pounds, and everything, man. So he's at Oklahoma right now, transferred from UAPB.
Well, good for him, man. Best of luck to him. I know that that weight room probably gonna treat him nice. He'll be 230.
Right.
I'm hoping, man. I'm hoping.
They were just talking about moving day the other day. Did you see the picture of him when he was moving in? He was rocked up, dude.
Look, people don't know how big he is, man. Everybody, I think Uncle Lee said that, man, they didn't know how big he was until he got there.
That's what they were talking about it among the staff and everybody that's seen him. Chris Mason was talking about it last night on the show that I did with him and K Chris. They were like, bro, he just looked different.
The weight room is nothing compared to UAPB. It was trash. What he got right now, man, and he loves to work out. He loves to work out. I think working out is more therapeutic because of the things he went through. Like Malik, we've all had our past in Fort Coffee and growing up and everything, man. We've all done some things and been around the wrong crowd. I think right now, man, that's his etch of trying to get back to where he needs to be.
Hey, man, you're not supposed to be a finished product whenever you get 17, 18 years old.
Facts.
You have to work a little different. That's all it is.
Yep. Well, man, I appreciate you guys, man, for jumping on, man. Jason, man, sorry that you were late, man.
Oh, my bad, man. I wish I could have been in here longer, but man, I appreciate you guys having me in. And
always.
It was nice to meet you, Malik. Really was, man.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for having me on.
True blessing.
Anytime, man. I'd love to be on here.
Hey, man, you got it. Hey, anytime you want to jump on, let me know. We'll bring you in. We will bring you in, no problem.
Sounds good to me, man. Y'all have a good night.
Tell the Miss Lady and everything, man. I said good night, man. And like I said, man, we'll be down soon, but all right.
Sounds good.
Hey, guys. Horns down, man. See you guys later, man.
Words up.
Money making good, my money need a loan. I'm just getting money. I'm just getting money. Money making good, my money need a loan. I'm just getting money.